First of all, how's things now that everybody's back and you're getting on with the season?
Everybody's good. Been training well. Obviously, I think I've had about 4 pre-season games now, but we've picked up a few injuries, unfortunately. But that is what it is. So we've just got to get on with it, and we're all looking forward to the start of the new season.
And obviously, there's been quite a lot of changes, which comes when things happen with regards to the leagues and all the rest of it. But in terms of putting together a new squad with a different kind of budget, how has that been for you?
It's been no problem really, because I've not got a budget. So at the moment, hopefully, if the new owner comes in, that can change. But at the moment, no. We go with what we really had last season. We've got a lot of young players now in the squad. But if I can get one out, I can maybe can free up that wage. So yeah, all good.
And have you been given any indication that the budget will change if new investment comes in?
I would think that would be the case. Obviously, that's what we're hoping for, aren't we?
And have you been putting your contact book into the test at all? You're calling in,
Very, very difficult to do that just now, isn't it, when I've not got any money. So at the moment, we've not got that budget, so I can't go looking for players really. But we have got 1 or 2, to be fair, in the pipeline as such. So yeah, but mostly will be local, won't it? Because obviously because of the accommodation situation, so it'll be a lot of local players really.
Is that good in a way, because you can mould the younger players that are coming in? A lot of them are, fresh face coming in, and give you a chance to kind of shape the squad to how you would like to see them, instead of people coming in maybe with habits that they've picked up.
It's wonderful to see a lot of young players in the squad, isn't it? They're well thought of at the club. A lot is like the players. They're very good players. The young players are very good, and they're going to get their chance.
And Annan, obviously, coming up, there was a few missing against Brora. Who's going to be back for the trip to Annan?
We're hopeful that Billy's going to train today. He had a scan on his foot. It's not broken, which is good. It's really bruised, but it's not broken. We're hoping Danny is back in training today. Brooksy come off his tight hamstring the other day there. We're hoping he's going to train today. So we're hoping that 2 or 3 of the senior players are going to be available for training today. We'll have a look at them to assess them.
A lot's obviously gone on the past few weeks here. Are you and the guys here all up for the challenge now, moving ahead from all that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the job, isn't it? We're looking forward to the new season. Obviously, we've got a number of cup games coming up as well. But no, it's going to be a big challenge for us this season, as everybody knows. But no, I'm a fighter and looking forward to it.
And Annan, obviously, this weekend. What's your thoughts on squaring up to them?
Yeah, it's like anything. It's a new division for us. It's all new, isn't it? I saw little bits of them. So yeah, it's going to be a tough match. Obviously, we've got a very, very young team, but we're going to be ready for and prepared for.
When you came in to Caledonian Thistle, obviously we were talking then about it was a fresh thing for you, Scottish football at this level in a managerial position. So has there been a bit of a learning curve as well, moving to a different league?
Well, you're always learning, aren't you? You're always learning, no matter what league you're in or what game you're going into. So yeah, we know how tough it's going to be. All levels of football are tough to win a game of football. It'll be no different come this week and come this season.
Then does this almost become part of the pre-season, given both the relegation scenario and the fact that you haven't put together a new squad?
Yeah, this is a part of the pre-season, isn't it? We've had 4 games. I think we've got another 4 cup games coming up. So that's a build-up to the season. The season's the most important thing. Obviously, it's a competitive match on Saturday, so we want to win it. But it's part of the pre-season, yeah.
Then you're still at the stage where you're likely to get a wee bit of flux with actually trying to mould a squad, because you basically don't necessarily know what you've got in terms of the squad at your disposal.
Yeah, well, I know my squad at the moment, but obviously the future. We don't know what the future holds. At the moment, that's my squad, and that's what I'm going in with. So yeah, but we're looking good in training, so I'm happy.
But, it's been said before in the past that sometimes with younger players, you can get good days, bad days. It's kind of managing that expectation, both on and off the pitch, I suppose.
I think the fans understand who we are. I think that the fans will give these young players plenty of time and support, as I will.
Looking at Annan, it's probably a different sort of challenge where in the past, again, I spoke about expectation there, but it's maybe a case of, you don't necessarily know what you're going to get from them. But I mean, you're saying you've seen them, but what do you feel as though is a realistic goal based upon what the pre-season's been so far? I mean, you've had a couple of games against higher league opposition, but this is obviously taken up another step. Yeah,
we know it's going to be tough. We've got a very, very young squad, but we've got a good squad. There's a lot of people think very highly of these young players, and I'm one of them. We know the season's going to be tough, but we're ready. And Annan's going to be a tough game for us as well, because all the pre-season games have been tough for us, really, to be honest. Nothing changes. We go in and we try to win the game.
I believe we're getting Charlie today, but there's some players like Charlie who, I suppose, last season, the start of the season last term would have been more like a different experience for them. But now it's players like him, I presume, who are the ones that are going to have to step up in order to carry the rest of the team through.
Yeah, he's a senior player, isn't he, Charlie? So he'll have to, so he'll step up as he's always done. We really like Charlie here, and he'll have to be a leader, which he is, and and I'm sure the young players will follow him.
I mean, is that a direct conversation you've had with some of the players in terms of their development coming through?
I've had conversations with the players, the senior players. They know how young the dressing room is, so I'm sure the senior players will be giving the young players plenty of advice.
You're in management here. Has it been frustrating for you just having that limitation on what you're able to do in terms of signing players?
I think I know the situation, so you've just got to go on with it, haven't you? And we're waiting for a new owner to come in. I believe that's getting closer and closer. So we'll wait and see what happens. Nobody knows what the future holds, but when new owner comes in, hopefully things will pick up, and we can tweak the squad a little bit.
And with getting into the League Cup as well, obviously that happens very early in the season, doesn't it? Are there some advantages to getting going so early?
I think so. You can work on the fitness, can't you? It's not the league, so it's. You can work on your fitness. It's more games to before the league starts, and have a look at some of the younger players. So there can be advantages to that. Yeah, you're right.
And looking ahead to the league campaign too, obviously you've had limitations in what you can do in building a squad. Do you think you've got a group of players there that will have enough in the tank to get back up to the championship?
I've got a fantastic group of players here. Really excited about it. A lot of young players that as I said, we all really like at the club. What's going to happen in the season, nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. So we'll try our very best to win matches and see where that takes us. And that's it.
Thank
you.
From what you said, Duncan, it seems that one or two that were senior players are affected by the injuries you spoke about. Given that the squad's not that big anyway, how much of a challenge is that injury situation as the season kicks off?
Yes, it's just a challenge for every manager, isn't it? Every club. You're always going to pick up injuries. We're no different. We've picked up a couple already in pre-season. So it does knock you back a bit, since our squad's we're not got the numbers really. It knocks you back a little bit.
When we spoke to you after the initial friendly at the Clark Park, the impression seemed to be that you thought your squad was pretty well done at that point, complete. But on the other hand, you do seem to have made a little bit more progress, more than you expected.
No, my squad is done. It's one in, one out, really. I've got a couple of trialists in, because I've obviously got one or two players at the moment who will be going to other clubs. So I've obviously got a couple of trialists to come in and play some of the minutes to have a look at them. But if I get a player out, I'll be able to bring a player in. So that's the only movement I've got. There's no budget other than if I can get a player out and we'll bring a player in. So that's where we are.
A lot of noise over the off season, Duncan. Still a lot of questions here today about it as well. Has that made your job more difficult preparing for the new season?
It's not made my job more difficult, no. Obviously, the difficult part is obviously the budget, isn't it? Like for any manager, if you've not got a budget, it's going to be difficult for you. But so that's the only thing that concerns me, really.
There's so much noise. Do you worry it could be distracting for the players once you do get onto the pitch?
I'm sure the players will concentrate, but I think the fans will get behind the team. I mean, I think they've got local guys in the team. They've got a young team, so they need support, don't they? I'm sure our fans will give them a lot of support, and as I will.
The fans have been very vocal as well of what's been happening off the pitch. How important of a role will they have over this next season?
Well, they've always got an important role, aren't they? Just get behind the team. Just get behind the team, that's all I ask for. Get behind the team and support these young players.
Just in general terms about the investment talks behind the scenes, how encouraged are you that cash could be coming your way maybe this month?
Well, I'm positive that the club are well down the road with the takeover. So yeah, so we're all excited about that. I'm sure it's only, hopefully it's only 2 or 3 weeks away. And hopefully there'll be a cash injection.
And obviously the League Cup. When you look at the group, Annan, Bonnyrigg, Arbroath and Dundee, different levels of challenges, but in some ways getting Annan first, one of your League One opponents, it's kind of great homework straight away, isn't it?
That's right, a good gauge, won't it? So yeah, long travel, as you said, but we'll have to get used to these things. I'm looking forward to the match, but as you said, it'll be a good gauge for us when we're Annan are and where we are going into the new season.
And the trialists that featured at Brora, they've impressed you enough that if Nico moves on, something could happen perhaps.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Obviously, I played most of my starters against Brora because obviously I was looking to get them to play against Annan, so the trialists got put on the bench. So I've had a look at them, and maybe if I move a player on, there's maybe a wee bit of movement there.
On a potential takeover, Duncan, nothing you can control, but it's in your interest to get it done as quickly as possible, isn't it? You don't want this dragging on months into the season, for example.
Look, it is what it is, isn't it? These things do drag on, don't they? That's just the way it is. It's business, it's a complicated thing. So, but the club seem to be giving it a lot of positive vibes, and I think it is getting closer. And hopefully the next 2, 3, 4 weeks it'll get done.
Does it feel positive right now going into the new season? Is there an optimism around the club?
Well, I do. I'm excited. Looking forward to this young squad, and getting them all making their debuts or getting involved in senior football. Really, it's a big step for them all. I'm excited about this season. Yeah.